Hello. Boogada boogadis.
Don't look under the fucking bed.
I don't have a bed. Take one.
Lord, before your divine presence, God Almighty,
What?
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I ask for your permission to invoke the holy death, my white daughter.
Oh my god, you're reading it? Stop! And I was like, what are you reading? What are you reading? It sounds scary. Stop. Ooh!
You're the one that has this in your room.
Yeah, but I never light it.
Welcome,
Hi.
everyone. This is Podcast from Planet Weird. This is a podcast where Juan and Sarah, that's us.
We upgraded. Look at this.
We look like news reporters. I feel like I'm like, back to you, Jane.
Am I Jane?
Yeah. We are here talking about Disney Channel movies like always. Sometimes they're not Disney Channel movies, but we just pretend like they are.
Sometimes they're not movies at all.
Sometimes they're just ideas we come up. We're just shopping some scripts.
Maybe it's just gay rat weddings.
This is episode 139, can you believe?
No.
This is our...
How have we not been canceled?
Second Monthstober episode. First in video form, because the first one...
Video killed the radio star.
First one was Casper with Ivy, and we couldn't record that.
She
So,
didn't want to be on camera.
videos here. We didn't ask. It was just going to be too much work. And we're here in Juan's room. We got a little Halloween banner, a little spooky skeleton up here, and
Tequila.
of course, this mantle of many spooky things, including Oreos and Rice Krispie treats.
Unread text.
Today we're going to be talking about Don't Look Under the Bed.
The scariest decom that could have ever
Of
been
all
made.
time. It's one that we get asked a lot about. When are you going to do Don't Look Under the Bed? When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? When are we going to do it? We're doing it today, finally. The year 2019. This is our... In March, it'll be our third year, officially. You know?
Happy birthday.
To us. And
Can we
it's
recreate
taken...
16 Candles?
It's taken... Ew. Juan has actually never seen the ending.
I kind of hated it.
We'll talk about it. First, let's catch up because we've had quite a week.
Because we haven't seen each other in 2 days.
We were gone in Los Angeles.
The city that never sleeps.
Yep, that's what they call it. So we were in the Big Apple, and we were just hanging out. We went to Disneyland to go see, like, the Halloween stuff. We, like, wanted to go.
Yeah, the scariest part of
Halloween.
it was the price.
And the homophobia.
Want to talk about that? Want to
Sure.
unpack your trauma?
We went to Disneyland this past Saturday.
And invited every gay in LA.
No, so it was Gay Day. We didn't know it was going to be Gay Day. It was like Gay Days Anaheim weekend.
What does it even mean?
I guess it's just like an organization that puts it together. It's like not a Disney official thing, obviously.
But they mooch off of it like some goddamn leeches.
Okay. Me, Frankie, and Gerard,
Yeah.
our friends, met up with Juan at Downtown Disney, which you can talk about that, but because Juan, bless you, Juan had to go to a wedding the night before, and so we met up at the park.
But did we meet up at the park?
We met up
Let me tell
as
you.
close as we could.
45 minutes away from each other. You could have shared your location with me.
I did.
And I could have pinged you.
I shared my location. You're the one that didn't tell me you needed to go put stuff in the car. You didn't get dropped off at the right location.
What the hell?
This was on you.
For context, I got dropped off near the convention center, which is a 45-minute walk to the park.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You and I have walked that, though.
Yeah, but we never feel like it's 45 minutes.
Because our time just passes when we're hanging out.
Yeah.
But when you're in dress shoes upset, it takes...
Crying.
Okay.
With a painting in my hand.
Yeah. Anyways, so on the way there, Gerard and Frankie was like, when's Gay Day at Disneyland? Just joking. And then, to be fair, all of us were queer. It wasn't like as a joke. It wasn't like... Hey, Ew, what? And then I looked it up and I was like, it's literally today.
Surprise!
Like, we didn't have tickets at the time, but like, Juan and I came out here on this day and we didn't know it was going to be Gay Day. So then we show up, all the gays are in red. You're supposed to wear red, I guess. And everyone's wearing these like Pride Mickey ears. These Mickey ears that have, it's red and like in the front it has like Mickey hands in a heart.
Yeah,
the heart is
rainbow.
Is pride rainbow colored. The ears
are rainbow colored.
Like clearly the pride flag. They also have like a hat that is the same thing, where it's just like a red hat with the ears,
like a baseball cap.
Yeah, with the ears attached on top. So I see these and I'm like, okay, those are like tacky as hell, but like I want to know if they sell them inside the park, and I want to know like
what's up.
I just want to see like if I can get these, and like even though they're tacky and I'll like probably never wear them, I just wanted to see. So we met Goofy, a spooky little bastard. We loved him.
I did a kick.
You did a high kick. You both toe touched. And then I go to the Mad Hatter store in Main Street, and I walk in, and immediately, like right in the front, there's those hats.
Like they knew. Yeah,
and what's funny is I did some research. So these hats were sold like they came out like during Pride Month. Mm-hmm. So they came out months ago, and we brought them back, and they were like sold out for a long time. Yeah, and they like brought them back. You can buy, I think, just the ears online. I don't know about the hat, but yeah, so they like specifically brought this out for Gay Days Anaheim. Yeah,
they knew that they could capitalize on this.
Clearly. So I look at these ears and I'm like, okay, you can get ears embroidered. I see on like the prices on the front desk there, like the cashier desk, and it says like your name is this many, and then just like other embroidery is like
every letter is this many.
It's like double the price. And I'm like, okay. So I asked them, I say, they were like, do you want this embroidered when they were checking me out? And I was like, well, do I have to get my name? Because I didn't know how to bring it up. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, do I have to get my name? And they were like, no, like, what do you want it to say? And then I said, I mean, can I just put, like, gay rights on the back? And then the woman, her name was Jennifer.
Call her out.
She works at the Mad Hatter right when you walk in, and it's to the right next to the Hall of Presidents.
Ew, the Hall of Presidents. Frankie vanished in.
Vanished like a child, just wandered off into the Hall of Presidents, because that's all he had been talking about for the past 2 days, was going to see the Hall of Presidents. Anyways.
Why?
I think he wanted to see if Trump is actually in there.
No.
So I say, can you put gay rights on it? And then the woman says, like, trying to dance around it, trying to be like she said something like, you can't put something that would be like something we so obviously can't put on there, but like a lot of people try to do it like in a funny way or like abbreviate it. And I said, so what do you suggest? And she said, well, I don't know. And then the guy next to her, I don't know, at some point something happened. Maybe they pressed a button under a table because another person came over.
SOS, please help.
Probably a manager. Because then another person comes over because these two clowns...
They probably do have like a manager button, so they don't have to be like, let me go talk to the manager.
Come help me. The gays are coming after us again. So this other person comes in, and then I had to explain it all again. I was like, I was wondering if I could put gay rights on here. And then that person says, oh, no, sorry, you can only do names. So then all of a sudden the story changed. Because originally with Jennifer, I could put other words, but I just had to be careful about what I put. Then Claudia, I don't know who it was, comes over and says, names only. And I said, well, my name is Gaylord. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. But
Gaylord Wright.
They had Frank Lloyd Wright. Gaylord Wright. They had already cut off the tag off of the ears.
Like I'm going to buy this.
Yeah, because they clearly thought I was going to buy it. They thought they hooked me in. But then I was like, okay, well, then you can just keep the hat then. And they were like, you don't want it? And I'm like, no. Obviously, I don't want this hat if you guys aren't standing behind this. Mm-hmm. If Disney Parks is just profiting off of this and not actually standing with, the movement. And then you see all these gays walking around the park in these fucking ears. And it's like, you don't know the struggle I went through this morning.
Because they're all white.
All these people that just bought that thinking, oh, it's so cute. It's like, did you guys ask? Did you ask if they're supporting? Did you ask if any of this money goes to this? Or did you consider it? Or did you just think, that's a cute hat, tacky maybe, but I'm going to get it because it's my day? Whatever.
Tacky gays.
Whatever. And then, and the thing is, like, you can't even argue that it's just rainbow. Like, on the website, it's just called, like, rainbow Mickey ears. But, like, what is the hand in the heart
There's
mean?
A lot. There's a lot.
What is this? And then you go into other stores, because that was just the hat place, but you go into the other ones, the Main Street, the Emporium, whatever, and you see shirts, the red shirts that have Mickey, like, running with flags that are every color of the rainbow, and it says, love comes in every color. And they even had cinch bags that are rainbow and said, love comes in every color. So what?
And then each of the checkout places has like a framed
rainbow thing where you know how you like hold up big frames and you like post it on like Instagram. We did it for Move-In Day at ASU. Those type of things. They had one of those. Like they're just profiting off of this, but no one seems to care. We met up with Ivy from you guys probably know her from listening to the podcast, and Natalie. Again, you know her from listening to the podcast, probably hearing her thoughts on movies and stuff. And Natalie was saying, because Natalie goes there more often than we do, at least.
She lives there.
She said you should go to City Hall and complain. There's a City Hall on Main Street where you that's guest services where people go and complain. You should go do that. She's like, I'll go with you if you want.
Oh. And
so I planned on doing that. But then, by the time we left, the park was closing. Frankie was getting yelled at for trying to take a picture in front of the goddamn pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
City Hall was closed, couldn't do a damn thing. But I shouldn't have to take time out of my day that I should be having fun at the goddamn park. I shouldn't have to walk over to City Hall and complain about that. That's not something that I should have to complain about. It's not something that should have happened at all.
Disney's garbage.
And, I didn't walk in,
I say as this is slowly up there.
I knew it was gay day, but, I didn't walk in expecting, a bunch of Pride merch. I would never expect that from Disney. Yes, we have our Lord and Savior, not Jonah.
Who's that?
Cyrus from Andy Mac. Jonah's a different character.
I had never watched Andy Mac.
You fucking should. We're gonna do it for the podcast. At least the pilot.
Okay. Oh.
But I didn't expect to walk in to Disneyland. I would never expect Disney as a corporation to be outwardly spoken gay rights. I would never expect that.
They're too 1 million moms.
Yeah, they're too they need to be brand safe. They need to be kid friendly. They know their audience is half of them are going to be people that are homophobic and just families that aren't going to want to see an outwardly spoken mouse saying gay rights. So I would never expect that. But the fact that I walked in and then they had those, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's the problem here. So,
they're fully aware that they can take people's money.
I'm going to send them a strongly worded email. I will link them to this podcast. I'll say, clip, clop, clip, clop. Here you go. Other than that, Disneyland was not too bad. Oh my God. That would just happen at the beginning of the day, and I never stopped thinking
You didn't.
about it.
You literally mentioned it every time.
Because everywhere I went, they were the hats. They were just taunting me.
It's just, let me tell you, these gays are tacky. There are tacky gays in this world that don't know how to stand up for themselves. Also because they're white. But then also, if you notice, Frankie brought this up in our other podcast episode,
Coming
which I'll have
soon.
to wait.
Many months.
Many months.
No, I agreed, yeah.
Where he was everyone looked like they belonged in a group, and everyone had the same friend group with the same skin tone, probably the same
body type.
Everything was exactly the same, so they don't know how to identify as they're the kind of people that will go to Pride and be like, you guys just hate me because I'm gay, and then fully not care the rest of the year.
They don't know how to stick up for other groups within their group.
They're transphobic. Not calling anyone out, but all of you were transphobic.
But yeah, we saw Ivy and Natalie.
Lovely
Good
people.
Time. Natalie bought us some milk.
Yeah, we went to Star Wars Land, which Sarah was adamantly
Farms.
about not doing.
Because I thought it was going to be hella busy, and I didn't want to have to deal with it.
It was super not, though.
I know.
But we went to Star Wars.
And then Frankie was like, let's go on this ride. I've never seen a Star Wars.
I've never seen a Star is Born. It was a good ride. You enjoyed it.
It was fun. I didn't like that I came to this park to ride this ride, and then I was given a job.
I had a thing to do.
I didn't like that I had a job to do.
All you had to do was press a button.
My arm got tired, and then I had to turn to this one. It's just I'm not built for that.
Me and Natalie were having a blast clicking everything on the ceiling.
I was not built to be a shooter.
You should have been
I should have been... Did you just press one button?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have been an engineer. I didn't know what it would entail. I thought we weren't doing anything. I thought it was just a Star Tours,
this is Star... By the way,
you have to do something.
Yeah, this is Star Tours, but a little bit better.
If you think so.
It was a little bit cooler.
Oh, we saw Kenny Ortega's Star.
Oh, yeah. I liked it. Just kidding. I didn't even want to get near it.
Shout out. Yeah, he didn't even want to crouch down next to it like I did. Juan, are you ready to talk about Don't Look Under the Bed?
We're a half an hour in.
All right, so Don't Look Under the Bed is a made-for-TV horror film directed by Kenneth Johnson.
I'm going to get more snacks.
It was... One, it's easier for me to move, so just eat what I hand you.
I don't want this one.
It was released on October 9th, 1999. That's this week.
So wait, did this come after Halloween Town?
Well, like, this was horror.
What was Halloween Town?
Just family fun. Family fun! Don't Look Under the Bed premiered on Disney Channel on October 9th, 1999. It was the second DCOM to receive a TV PG rating due to its scary scenes. According to Johnson, there were a number of meetings where we talk about the tone and what Disney wanted it to be. Scary, but not too scary. That's the bar we kept trying to find. Everybody thought we had hit it until they started getting derogatory mail after it aired.
Derogatory?
Disney?
You're ugly.
You look just like the boogeyman. Disney Channel ultimately stopped airing the film at the request of parents who thought it was too scary.
Yes.
It was me. It was Juan. Ah! This trivia fact. Okay, I'm going to read it over again. The role of Larry was not written as black, and when Ty Hodges was cast, director Kenneth Johnson said that Disney Channel posed a question. What are we going to do about the kiss at the end? They had concerns about the Southern affiliates being unhappy with the on-screen kiss, but then agreed with Johnson that the scene should be kept. Maybe
if we just got rid of the scene altogether.
That too, but also Disney, what the fuck?
We're so scared that this is proof. This is official proof that Disney's a piece of shit. Because if Disney is scared of like, oh no, our racists are gonna be pissed. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. The KKK members that have stock in our company.
Oh, they're gonna be so mad, huh?
They're gonna pull the funds. Kenneth Johnson said that in the original script, Francis and Larry clipped on the temptrifuge and it solved the problem and the boogeyman went away. But referencing the lesson of Dumbo, he adds, the hero cannot be using something outside of herself. The heroism has to come from within. And that's why Frances ultimately defeats the boogeyman by admitting she's not scared anymore.
She doesn't admit that she's not scared. She
does. She says, I'm not afraid of you.
That's not how she wins. She wins because she's like, I know who you are.
Viewers almost got a much scarier boogeyman as depicted in early concept drawings for the film.
Like Beetlejuice.
In those, the boogeyman was depicted as a very dark and crow-like creature that was hardly visible and it had quills sticking out. Ultimately, director Kenneth Johnson decided he didn't want the boogeyman to be too dark and made him look more Victorian and made him speak in rhymed couplets to give the boogeyman a more poetic and lighthearted quality. So the movie takes place in a town called Middleburg, in the middle of the country,
Oh, this place is called Middleburg.
What did you think?
Where are my second page of notes?
So we meet Frances. She's the main character. She's narrating us.
She's having nightmares.
We get introduced to her parents and her brothers.
She has schizophrenia.
Bert and Darwin. Bert is
Ew.
older. Darwin's younger. Darwin is a little sick kid. He had
leukemia.
He had cancer.
He got a bone marrow transplant from her brother, Justin.
Bert.
These Dutch angles. Just Dutch angles.
The whole movie. I was like, wow.
I have motion sickness.
The cinematography in this movie.
Dutch angles. That's all. They wanted you to feel that unease. The unease of the Dutch angle.
They really did.
Because we get like this, like, at first you don't notice it. Because I thought at first it was like the clocks are just like moving quickly, like they're speeding up time. Like they're just like, oh, this is going to happen in the morning. But the bourgeoisie man, just like pulled a prank, a little fun prank.
The
bourgeoisie man pulled a little prank and like sped up the clock so it read to 7 when it was actually 4:03 in the morning.
There were 3 hours
ahead of schedule, which makes sense because they're like, it's so fucking dark. I'm like, y'all don't know how the world works, does it?
Yeah. A sundial.
Oh yeah, the dad's like, I set my clocks to the Naval Observatory website. And I said, you fucking nerd.
I love the dad in this movie, though. Everything he says
is like
gold.
Nerdy.
I love it. Later when he says, I was going to make my wiggly thing for dinner.
Yeah, what?
This Jell-O wiggly thing.
You mean fruit in Jell-O?